Hey guys, Burger here with Takin Line Livewells. Today I'm going to go over how to choose the right cast net for you. First, cast nets range from 4 foot all the way to 16 or even 20-foot cast nets. If you're beginning, I recommend you start with the 6 foot because it's not too big, it's not too small, still get some bait fish in each cast. And if you're skilled and you get your cast netting technique down, I recommend going to an 8-footer, and if you're ready, a 10-footer. Because with the 8 foots and 10 foots, you get one really good pancake on a bait fish, and you have, I don't know, hundreds of bait fish. And you're all one and done, as they say. Next we're going to talk about mesh size. So there's a lot of mesh sizes, 1/4, 3/8, even 1 inch. The smaller mesh sizes, 3/8, they're great for bait fish because you don't want to gill your bait fish. You don't want to get them caught up in the mesh because then they're going to get gilled and die. Right now this is a 3/8. 3/8 is good for greenbacks, pilchards. The 1 inch is for mullet because mullet are so fast. You want it to sink faster. As the mesh size gets smaller, it sinks slower. And if you have the 1 inch mesh size, it sinks very fast. You're not going to get the pilchers in that because the pilchers are big enough you can just swim through the mesh. Now I'm going over how to find your bait fish. So one of the obvious ways to find bait fish is you see birds. You see pelicans diving, or you see little seagulls and stuff diving too. And there was a big group of pelicans, you know there's a lot of bait fish there. So that's the first indicator. The second indicator, if it's a flat calm day, there's like little sections of the water if there's bait fish in there, it almost looks like it's raining. The bait fish are popping up. It's like little dimples in that section of the water. And that's where you know the bait fish are there. And another one, if you just see a couple bait fish, you know, in a waist throw, you can chum with tuna, or you can chum with actual bait fish chum to get them all in one area so you can get a nice cast, one and done. So that's how you find your bait fish. So why would you use a cast net? Why would you use live bait? The first reason is the cast net. Over time, it's a lot cheaper than buying lures, than buying strip for the bait shop. It'll really pay off in the long run when you get to provide for yourself catching your own bait. The reason you use live bait is because you're almost matching the hatch. You're catching the bait fish that the big fish are eating, and so when you throw it out in your hook, the fish will recognize that bait fish and they're like, oh, I'm used to eating that, I'm gonna eat that bait right there. And then you're hooked up. Today I have my 10-foot cast net. I'm just gonna show you guys what I think is the best way to throw the cast net and get a pancake. So first, start off, most cast nets already come with the loop and the rope, but if it doesn't, you have to make sure to have loop in your rope, just so it's nice and secure in your hand. And then arm's length, fold it like that until you get to the bottom string. And then make sure that there isn't any folds in your cast net. You want it to be straight like this, straight like that. You don't want it to be twisted like that, or else it's not going to open up as well. And then you go about 1 foot down, so it's less cast net to handle. And then the next part is, most people say to go to your hip, but for me, I don't like it, the cast net dangling down to my hip and like that, because it's really hard to handle. I'm gonna go halfway between my knee and my hip, about right here. And then you put the cast net in your hand and you start gathering about half of it into your hand. So see, I have about half in each hand. And then this is the most important part. You fold it over like that. Do that again for you guys really slowly. Put it over and then let your other hand grab it. And then right here you have a little piece right here. And you're gonna put that in between fingers right here and your thumb. You're just gonna grab it like that. And then you have this one. There's one on the front. You don't want to use this one. Use the one that's closest to you. the closest one that's hanging off. And then you get roughly about like an eighth. I don't know, I just guess each time. If I'm tired, I get a little bit more weight. And you're gonna put this over your shoulder. I'll show you guys how to do it. So your cast net you put out in front of you. You swing it across your stomach. And then you're gonna put it on your shoulder. I'll do that again for you guys. Do the single. Across your stomach, over the shoulder. And then you have one part hanging out right here. Just grab that and make it so it's nice and open. Now I'm gonna do a little cast for you guys. So with this technique, you don't need to spin. The spinning kind of gets you unbalanced and then you don't have a good foundation. I just do about a half swing like this. Nice pancake. Then once you're done reeling in, you have it right here. Don't pull up the string a little bit. Once you get all your bait, make sure to pull up the crown so your cast net doesn't get gnawed up. I didn't know this at first, so I used to pull it up all the way like this, and then it was impossible to get the bait fish out because it was all gnawed up. So just don't let the bait fish get out and just pull it up a little bit. And then grab it here. And then grab it, and if you don't have any bait, bring it over to your live well, which right here, if you caught any bait, we have the Takin Line Livewell. First, what I like to do, if I caught any bait, I would put it into this bucket first. Because with a live well that's not recirculating, like this, because it's all portable, you don't want to have all sand in there because the sand will get in the fish's gills, and the bait fish will die. So you want to get all of the bait fish in here first, put a little water in there, and then get your net and circle them back into here, try to get the least amount of sand in the live well as possible. And of course, when you catch your bait, where are you going to put it? So of course, the Takin Line Livewell, this live well, as we have described before, has 2 aerators in a waterproof case, ultra quiet, 8 gallons. Going to keep your bait alive all day. Has rod holders, everything you need. Everything you need for fishing on it is right there. Hey guys, our mission here at Takin Line is to make sure you have the most enjoyable fishing time and have an epic fishing day. Also, side note, make sure to follow all the FWC rules and regulations. Keep it up for dinner, but then release the rest. Also, please comment, subscribe, and smash that like button, and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.